Starting another job today, a new one. It's in Lincoln, obviously from Leeds, so it's going to be about an hour and a half to get there. What I'm going to do is give you a full in-depth with a lot more detail than I normally do, a little bit of a slower pace only to give you more detail, start to finish, because I know a lot of you want the detail. So here I am, it is 6:54 AM, I'm sat waiting for tool station to open. There you go, sat waiting for tool station to open. 5 minutes, got to get a couple of string lines, and then I'm off to the container to go pick the tools up, and then we're going to head to Lincoln.
All the 5 in there, they were every other knees. Is the 10 in that one?
There's 10 in some packs and 5 in others, John.
How many need roughly? What size building?
I'll grab these.
Is it 22, Liam?
Bring 28, John.
Right, I think there's 10 in the pack, Sean. So
right, so this is the container. This is where we keep all our tools at night time. There's Adam. Morning, Adam.
Morning,
John.
Morning.
We're just going to get the rods that we need for the job. So this is the new one. We're in Lincoln. It's approximately 4.2 wide. It's going to be 3 metres deep. It's a bit of a tricky one. We're going to have to build the side walls in situ and stand them up. We're going to pull the building forward so we can get in to seal the back and put the back on properly as well. We're going to pull this garden this way a little bit as well. He's going to have this flagged at a later date, but what we're going to do, we're going to shorten these flower beds and bring this that way. And what we're going to do now, we're going to drop this down as well, because Amy's going to take that home. Right, so we're off. The shed's down. We're just going to get these flags up, which were the old shed base. What John's doing now is putting a rod in. What we're going to do, we're going to come, where's my finger? We're going to come 500 off there. You can see there, he's put a rod in already. There we go, metal pin. That's 500 off of the fence. What he's going to do now, he'll drop another one over there at 500 off the fence, and then that will create our back line. So this one's going quite tight to that side and quite tight to that side. What we're going to do, we're going to leave it 500 at the back so that we can actually get in to build it, because we can build these sides on the floor, but the back, obviously we need to seal it, so we can't do that. So what we'll do is put these sides up, get the back up, and then we'll climb over the roof and drop down the back to clad the back. Right, so what John's done now, he's measured 500 off that fence there as well. What we'll do then, we'll pull a line from that to that one, and then that will give us our back of the building, and then we'll do the sides. Have you brought a folding square, yeah?
Sure, check it, I can't remember.
We'll use a folding square to create the shape of the build. Right, the depth of this building is 3 metres, so that there, from that rod over in there, behind Sean's back, it comes to about there. So what we're going to have to do is cut these flower beds back, remove the crap from there, and then we'll be able to pull our line, our side lines. Same on this side as well. There's another flower bed there as well, which we're going to have to shorten. Right, so there's our timber delivery. There's Arthur. Right, Arthur. We've got a toilet coming as well. This is who we use for our timber, Shire Timber. We always use them. That comes flat pack like that, so there's no kit involved, it's all sheets of stuff. We'll drop that off on the path now with his IAB. We'll get the toilet over there as well, and then we'll be good to go. So there's the garden room basically, full lengths of timber, sheets of timber. So what they're going to do now, they're going to cut these flower beds back so that we can get the building to fit in. Right, so that's the Portaloo arrived. Portaloo, because sometimes there'll be 6 or 7 of us on a job, don't want to be traipsing mucked in at a customer's house, and there is COVID as well, so we're staying at people's houses. There's the timber, that'll go around the back eventually. Access down the back is through this little side alleyway here. We've lifted them flags up and took them out, they're just cutting the flower beds back now. So that we can start stringing out this garden room and get it in place. There's a bit of a ball ache to cut them, you can see they've been at it a little while. Did you get your coffees? Right, so the building's 4.2, the garden is 5135, so what we're going to do now is come in 400 mil each side, and that's where we're going to string our lines. So you can see there he's put his back line in. That'll give us enough room to get in the back of the building and clad it there. Sideways, on the side walls, what we're going to do is build the walls on the floor. Cedar them, get them oiled, and then stand them up, and then we'll be able to finish them, because although these panels will drop out, so we might be able to build this one from this side. It's just that wall over there, which there's a shed on the other side of that fence, so that can't come out. You can see there they've trimmed back the flower beds, just digging that out so they can reassemble them. I'm cutting this one as well over here. What we'll do as well, we'll take these blocks out and reinstate the path so that the curve goes around there and finishes in front of that. Right, so what they're doing now, they've put the back string line on there, I don't know if you can see that one there, and this side string line there they've got on. They use that foldable square there to create the square shape. The fence is running slightly out, but the building's square. He's now measuring the length of the building.
Are we 3.1?
Yes, please. So the building's 3 metres, but we're going to go 3.1 to make it slightly bigger so that we can get it right on the internal. What we need to do now is crack on and get these holes dug out. These guys here, they've modified the flower beds, look. There you go, short on that, looks nice. And they're on with this one now as well. It's just started raining yet again, so we'll see how we're going today. Okay, so I'll have to narrate this bit because I seem to have forgotten to turn on the mic. They're the holes. They're approximately 600 deep, 200 wide-ish. And from the corners there, they're about 200 off the corners as well. 4 down that side, 5 down the back. 5 at the front, 4 in the middle, and 4 on the other side. So 22 rods altogether. There you can see the rods are made up. They are 24M rods, zinc plated. There's a steel plate washer there, 10mm by 100 by 100, trapped with 2 bolts. That washer there stops the weight of the building pushing the rod through the concrete, so it's pretty important that you get one of them on. It's a good solid washer there. So up at the top, them 2 nuts there, they're put on just so if you fall over, you're not going to bang your eye out, and they'll be lowered down at some point to create the height of the garden room, and the top of the rod will be cut off as well. So what we do, we stick the rods in the hole to decide which side of the line they're going to go to, and then we'll hold the rod up and make sure that it sits nice in the hole. There's nothing in the way, it's nice and straight, because when we come to concrete them, we want to make sure they're all nice and straight and just practically touching the line. They're putting the square over in that corner. So what we do is folding square. So if you see that line there, look, you'll keep that string line in line with that square, and then John will pull that line in or out to make sure it follows that square through. The guy there in the blue trousers is eyeing it through. And there's John, he's just going to pull it backwards and forwards. You see there, look, see how it's dead in line with the square now. So we know that's square. So all we need now is that other line to sit square on that side. So you'll lie it down, you'll get yourself above it, eye it down and make sure the line's dead in line with the metal, and then you can be assured that is a square corner. Right, so I'm going to offer you loads of detail on this one. The digging holes there, you're about 200 away from corner on each angle there. Like I said, 5 minutes back, rods are starting to go in now as well, before concrete arrives. Right, they're still on digging the holes. They've got another 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more to do. Grafter there, you can see, look, that's obviously seen better days as that one. Just got another one now, and crack these holes out, and then concrete will be going in. So what we're going to do, the cement mixer died, so what we're going to do from now on, and if we can get access round, we're going to get this ready mixed concrete come, then mix it on site, use exactly what you need, and we're going to barrow it round and fill the holes. Right, so the pre-mixed concrete's coming round. We've made it a really wet mix so that we can manoeuvre the rod, and that the concrete will go under the rod. It's alright, sure. Try and avoid the line, Adam, if you can. No, let's go side, that's it. So what John will do now, he'll jab the rod up and down in the concrete, make sure that the plate is completely encompassed by concrete, and then he's going to use this little boat level there to plumb them. Simon's just going around just doing a final check on them. Obviously we need to leave them near the string line. So if you haven't got a cement mixer, I suppose this is your way forward by getting it pre-delivered like that. Normally the guys will barrow it round for you, but this company we've used don't seem to bring barrows, so which is a bit bizarre, but there you go.
The bottom won't move, Simon, anyway. Yeah. It's just the tops are a bit wobbly, but the bottom won't move. You don't actually have to come and bring
that'll do, that'll hide enough.
Don't bring much else.
Right, so what you'll do now, you'll keep it just touching that string line like that. Using his boat level there. to level it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the line? What's the line?
So what we're doing, we're getting enough concrete in. That'll do you there, let get his rod in.
Right.
So there's enough there to get past the metal washer. And what she'll do, jab it up and down now, look.
Not enough.
Right, fire a bit more, Sean. That'll do you, that'll do you. There you go. So you must make sure that your washer's fully covered by the concrete.
You can go now, go on.
Hey, so with the cement mixer breaking down, we've decided to do this, and this will be the way forward from now on as well. As long as we've got access. It's a little bit tight round here, but as long as you've got access in the barrow, you can get a barrow round. You can get all your rods concreted in. They'll be off tomorrow, so we can start building off them tomorrow. So one more barrow and we should be done. So the beauty of this as well is you only pay for what you use. They've got a minimum order of a cube of concrete, but you'll use less than a cube. But if you think about the labour and the time saved, it's a no-brainer. So this is the way forward now. Pre-mixed concrete delivered on site by the barrow, and we're going to build like that now. You want quite a wet mix so that you can get your concrete under and around your washer plate, but you want it still a little bit of stiffness in it so the rod stands upright. You can see now, look, I'll show you this line there. The rod is just fractionally off the line, and all there in line with the string line. So tomorrow when we cut our timbers, they'll sit down nice and straight. So he's bringing his last barrow around now. A bit of a tight squeeze around corner, but we'll get there. So what we'll do now, we'll brim them holes. That string line's on its last legs, don't catch it because it'll break. It's a really wet mix, which is ideal for this situation.
Right, don't come up anymore.
What we'll do then, we'll go around with a hose pipe. Somebody will hold the top of the rod, and what you need to do is clear off that concrete and make sure your rod is nice and clean. Because tomorrow when you're winding down these double nuts to get your level, you don't want to be winding them down on that concrete, it'll just make your life really difficult. Go on, brim it! Get it in that other hole as well, John. Give it.
It won't harm it.
That's plenty, that's plenty.
Come in this hole here as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, fill them up then. Liam, that's a hump.
Yeah, get it dragged across, John.
Right. Want me to level that?
So there you go, that's the last rod gone in with the concrete. It's a bit of a game changer for us, this one. I don't know why we haven't done this before. There you go, 22 rods all in, ready for tomorrow now. We'll be able to build off that tomorrow.